Yes, I did apply.
Okay, note down your application letter and offer of appointment. Were you confirmed at any point?
No.
Your appointment, what was it on? Contract?
Yeah, it was a contract.
For how long?
For a period of 3 years.
3 years?
Yeah.
Okay. So as a ward secretary, could you tell us your responsibilities?
My responsibilities were I was in charge of the ballot team, including the drivers, ticket sellers, janitors.
How many ticket sellers do you have at your ward?
Initially, at the inception of the project, there were 5 ticket sellers, but later on it was reduced to 2 ticket sellers.
And this 5 was in 2019. Up till what time was it reduced to 3? Sorry, 2.
They were on probation period for 3 months, and after 3 months, the two best were selected and the rest were dropped.
So all the 5 were on probation for 3 months?
For 3 months, exactly.
After 3 months, they were all dropped?
No. The best ticket sellers, the 2 best were selected from the 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the 2 that were selected was since 2019?
Since 2019, exactly, yeah.
Okay, you can continue telling us your responsibilities.
Yeah, my responsibilities were I normally go to council to collect ballot tickets from the main cashier, and when the team is about to go to the field, then I will deliver these tickets to the ticket sellers on duty, and later they will retire the cash to me that was collected from the field, and later I will deposit this with the main cashier.
Do you have records book for the tickets you've been collecting from the finance department and dispatching to your ticket sellers?
Yeah, I was keeping records of those tickets. Yeah.
Do you have the record book with you?
Not in my possession right now.
And how was the process? You were also recording the serial number, or you were recording the...
Yeah, I was recording their serial numbers.
So how often do you go to council to take these ticket books?
It depends on the nature of the job. When they are about to finish, I go to the council and collect more ticket books.
And this is done how many times in a week?
It could be once, twice, depending on the nature of the number of books I came with.
Okay. So the retirements that are submitted to you, you take it to council. How often do you take these retirements to council?
Yeah, normally we were told to do it twice in a week, but later we were told to go to the bank and deposit it, and later the decision was changed again. When we started collecting 10 ticket books, they told us when we finish selling the 10 tickets book, we deposit the whole amount at the same time.
Now, do you have cash book of the retirements that the ticket sellers will give you every day?
Yeah, I have cash books.
Cash book from 2019 to 2023?
Yeah.
Could you please provide us with the cash books if you're having them here with you?
I have some with me, but others were with the internal audits, and unless I go and check with them. But I have some with me here.
Okay. Can we please see the ones you're having?
Okay. Yeah. Okay. These are cash reports, and these are monthly reports.
Mr. Ndao, for this particular one for the year 2021, KMC Mbalit Ward daily collection form for each month.
Yeah.
So you did not have your signature on it. They're originals. I've understand they're forms that you've been inputting these amounts that you've been receiving.
Exactly.
But the author, it being you or somebody else, I don't know, but there is no signature on these documents, this particular ones. That's for the monthly, for the year 2021. And this is for (2020) collections. I'm not sure if it's collections or I'm not sure if it's just serial numbers. I'm not seeing, so could you? Now the registrar will return this. We will take it back again, but I need to know exactly. For this one at least has a writing at the top. It's a form that KMC Mbalit Ward daily collection report form. Fine, but it needs your signature. This one.
Can you give him, for these ones, since there are no signatures on this, we need, let me just ask first. Are you still the project accountant at the Ballet project? Are you an accountant or ward secretary?
No, now I'm a councillor.
So?
I'm now a councillor.
You are a councillor?
Exactly, yeah.
Elected councillor?
Indeed, yeah.
Oh, okay. Now, we will return this, and we need it authenticated. You write a cover note and you get back to the project for them to authenticate that what you are giving us is coming from the project.
Okay.
All right? And any other document that is not endorsed, please return it. We will give him time to endorse and provide confirmation that they are coming from the project.
Okay.
Yes, and also please specify is for what exactly. Some were just seeing numbers, we're not seeing maybe for collection, or we're not seeing any ticket seller's name or anything. We're just seeing something more like serial numbers, and that's it.
Okay.
This one. And they're all handwritten, I understand. And there is another one. That's for 2022. This one is also for 2022.
Mr. Ndao, how long did you serve were you an accounts person or a ward secretary?
A ward secretary.
At the project?
Yeah.
How long did you serve?
3 years.
3 years?
Yeah.
All right, so provide us with the documentation of the monies received, your cash books, your receipt, your DTR receipts for the entries for the 3 years that you served as ward secretary.
Okay, I provided all this with the internal audit, and they are yet to return them to me.
So we are directing you now to go to internal audit and provide us with these documents.
Okay, all right.
All right?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay.
Please note that down, and we will need these documents by Wednesday next week.
Next week, Wednesday. All
Yes,
right.
please. Thank you.
Okay.
Council, you may proceed.
Thank you. During the time you served as a ward secretary at your ward, there were shortages at your ward. Are you aware of this?
Yes, I was aware.
What was the reason for the shortages?
Yeah, the reason for the shortages were there was a time I had a disaster. Then I used this money to fix my roof. It was in the rainy season. When the windstorm came, it blew off my roof, and it needs urgently to be fixed. So I used part of this money to fix my roof. And other part of the money, my office was located in an isolated area, and there was an incident. Somebody broke into my office and went away with some cash.
Mr. Ndao, the revenue submitted to you was what you used to repair your roof.
Yes.
On whose permission?
Pardon?
On whose permission?
On nobody's permission.
So you use council revenue for your personal?
Yeah, because
Yes.
after using it, I communicated it to the project manager that I will refund it because it needs urgency to fix this roof. Otherwise, I have no other means to fix it. So I communicated to the project manager that I will refund it. And the refund has been done.
Now, why would you use council's revenue for your personal use? That was the reason why you have this shortage of 95,000 in 2020 National Audit Report and also in internal audit report as well. Your ward have been having shortages. Abuko Ward 24,000 in National Audit Report 2020, aside from this 95. Abuko Ward 24,600 in the month of November, and in the month of December 12,300.
Yeah, that's correct.
It's not only the 95, there were a series of shortages at your ward. So why were you using council money for your personal use or for your personal business?
Excuse me, can you take that again? You said it's not only 95.
Yes.
To
There
my
were
knowledge,
several shortages at your ward, both in national audit reports and internal audit report, indicating that your ward have been having shortages. So how do you respond to that?
yeah, the entire shortages for the world, to my understanding, was 95,000, but the 90,000 was under me, and then the
It's not 95,000. Your own statement, what is contained in your own statement is 95,490. So you get the figures correct.
exactly, yeah, that was it. I can remember. Yeah, for my own shortage, I came to realize that my own shortages were 90,000, and the others were for the secretaries, were for the ticket sellers rather. For the ticket sellers.
Mr. Now, you have used 95,490 to repair your roof.
No, yeah, okay, carry on, yeah.
You have money stolen, money taken from your office amounting to 70,000, which is different from the 95,000.
70?
70,000.
No,
In your statement,
no, I didn't state that. I didn't mention that in my statement.
you do not mention that in your statement.
In my statement, no.
May I please?
Okay.
Mr. Ndao, do you remember making a statement with the investigators?
Yeah, I do.
We'll provide you with your statement. You can kindly go through your statement.
Oh.
Was that the statement you made with the investigators? Ndao from Okintendai, okay? Mr. Lamin Ndao, dated the 9th day of August.
Okay.
2024. I beg your pardon before I proceed. Mr. Ndau, you confirm the contents of this statement and this is what you're going by. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Welcome.
Shall we apply to tender the statement of Mr. Lamin Ndau dated the 9th day of August 2024 into evidence as an exhibit?
The statement dated the 19th of August 2024 is admitted in evidence as an exhibit and it is marked as LGC/LN in brackets 1/KMC/001.
As the commission pleases. Now,
Let me complete the question I was asking.
as the
you,
commission
Council.
pleases.
You have said in your statement that some monies were missing.
Pardon?
Some monies were missing.
Yeah.
How much was missing?
In this particular event, I said it was about 30 to 40, but not 70. This is what I gave to the investigators. And
You said in your statement also a time when my office was broken into by an unknown person and stole about 30. Can you read your statement for us? Okay, you said concerning the said shortage, there was also a time when my office was broken into by an unknown person and stole about 30 to 40,000 from the office.
Exactly, yeah.
Yes. So was this money recovered?
It was
Where
not,
was it?
it was not recovered from, but I paid it. It was
Where
not.
did you report this?
I reported to my counselor and then also to the project manager.
Did you write?
No, I didn't write.
So how did you pay back this money?
Later on, after when the audit report came, I was called for questioning, and then later the matter was taken to police, and then we made payment plans, and that was when these deductions were made.
You said you were taken to the Aboko police station where you were detained and later released on police bail. And you made a payment plan where you forfeited your salary. Was it your entire salary you forfeited?
Yeah, initially it was my entire salary that was taken, but
For
later...
how long? How many months was your entire salary taken?
It can be seen here, 1, 2, 3, 4 months.
4 months.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Is there any evidence to that effect?
Yeah.
Are you paid, your salary, is it paid cash or through bank?
It's paid cash.
It's paid cash?
Yeah.
Where would we see the evidence that your entire salary was used in paying this amount?
Yeah, the
Were
deductions
you
were...
given a receipt?
No, when it is deducted, I went to the accounts office to obtain this document from them, and the monthly deductions and the when my relatives also contribute and the payments that I also do are all stated in this payment form here.
Council, you may proceed.
Thank you. Now, Mr. Ndau, are you aware of the internal audit reports?
Yes, I was
And you
aware.
were told of all the shortages
Indeed, yes,
in these reports.
yeah, I was aware.
What was the reason? Okay, before I move to that, when these monies were stolen in your office, did you go to the police?
I didn't.
So,
The bigger incidents happened when it was about 30 to 40, but eventually when I reconciled my accounts, you know, monthly, I prepare a monthly report. That was what I tendered to you.
Just for a year?
Yeah.
Just for 2021?
Yeah, every month I prepare a monthly report reconciling the daily collections per month. I prepare a report. When I do reconciliation, I do normally realize shortages, but for this particular incident, the shortage was huge. That was the day somebody broke into my office and went away with 30 to 40,000. So I struggled. In fact, that month, before the end of the month, I communicated to my brothers so that they can also help. So I paid, but I couldn't be able to pay the whole lot. I think I paid about...
Okay. Mr. Ndao, we'll get to the payment. Let's now address as to how these monies were stolen and how you were having these shortages and how you were taking council money that you were supposed to immediately deposit into the bank accounts or to the cashier at the council instead of using it for your personal stuff or for any private use. Let's get to that first.
Okay.
So, what I want to understand is, were you having shortages from the ticket sellers?
When they have shortages before the end of the month, they make sure they refund it.
How were they having these shortages? Because we have it in the internal audit report and evidence that some of them will self-loan. They were doing the self-loaning thing. How were they having these shortages and for them to refund it back to you before you do the submission?
Yeah. You know, for the ticket, when we are using the ticket books, normally they don't have shortages. But when we were using the machines, there were a lot of shortages that we encountered.
Okay.
And I can understand that the payment report that I tendered to you and the one I have variances, because here my own shortages were indicated and that of the ticket sellers are also indicated.
Okay. Yeah. And for the ticket sellers, you are the one responsible for them. They were submitting to you. Yeah. So if they have any shortages, you should first notice it.
Indeed.
But you will not address their shortages when you will take council money for your private use. So you will just allow them time to refund it back. So at Abuko, is it Abuko Ward, you and your team were...
Abuko, yeah.
Yes, were using council's money. At your own time, then you refund it back.
It's not like that.
Well, from your evidence, that's how it is.
That is
you just mentioned that the ticket sellers, even if they have shortages, they will refund it back before you do the submission.
No, for their own, the shortages when they were using the Ecotech machines.
Yeah, at that time, Ecotech machines were functioning right.
Yeah.
At that time, Ecotech machines
Sorry, Mr. Ndao, that cannot be true. The machines, they can only have shortage when they were dealing with cash. Because they were submitting these monies to you in cash. The shortages that have been discovered, particularly your ward, both internal and external audit, several of this, the collectors were suppressing revenue. Is that not correct?
No, for this case,
Answer my question. Is that not correct?
No, because I was properly monitoring them. Because
so why did you tell the commission that, you know, the collectors sometimes will not submit the whole amount of money? Or is the internal auditor not telling the truth as to the cash shortages that have been discovered in your ward?
No, what I said was when they have shortages, for the case of this, it was the Ecotech machine. You know, we were having issues with the machine. That was...
now, you go and write and give us the periods when your collectors were having shortages. You understand? You said you used to do reconciliation. So your reconciliation should be able to tell us when the problem started and when the shortages started and when the shortages stopped. All right? So write that down and you give us those reconciliations. Council, you may proceed.
Thank you. Now, about the stolen monies in your office, did you report to the police? You said no.
Yeah.
If there is any tough case, the first place to go to is at the police. No police report. So who did you report to?
I informed my councillor about it.
Who was your councillor at the time? We have to find out. Yes.
Parliament Jiba.
Parliament Jiba?
Yeah, he was aware.
He was the councillor at the time.
Indeed, yeah.
And who else, if any?
I also informed the project manager, Bakar Singate, about it.
Okay, we'll have to find out. And then we can move to the next. So what was the reason you were taken to the police station? You were taken to the police at some point. Why were you taken to the police?
No, I was first called by the council securities for questioning, where I was told to write my statement. I did. And after doing that, they said this matter will be taken to police. Then we went to police, and where I gave a statement, and then later we made a payment plan for these monies to be recovered.
Mr. Ndao, that statement is not true. You were supposed to be going for auditing twice every week, and you were not doing that. And the auditors require you to bring in your cash books, and you did not. And for that particular period, you have a shortage of 35,700 as per internal audit report. Coming up. As per internal audit report, year January to December 2022. So why did you refuse to submit your inspection exercise? So for the inspection exercise, why did you refuse to submit anything for the Mbalit project for your ward?
I didn't refuse to submit anything. I was never told by anybody to submit any report, any book.
You were supposed to be reporting to the internal audit unit. At the time, you were paying at the cashier at council. From the cashier at council, you're supposed to go to the internal audit for auditing. You were not going for auditing. And internal auditors have conducted an exercise between January to October 2021. This report was prepared in 2022, but it was for 2021. Now, you, what's the name? Mr. Ndao, the audit exercise, you refused to present anything for the exercise. And the matter was later taken to the police because you have shortages of 35,000, and that was the other case.
No.
Prior to that, there are other shortages as well.
I have submitted all my books to them.
That was after the arrest.
No, not after the arrest. It was after this arrest came after the report. I have submitted all my books to them. They went through. And then when the query came, they said, these are your shortages. I admitted. And then the project manager told me that you have to find time to repay them. I said, yes, I will. So before making payment, that was the time I was called for questioning. And after the questioning, I was told to write a report. I wrote my report. After writing the report, that was the time the matter was taken to police.
Were you the only one taken to police? Why were your ticket sellers not taken to police?
I don't know whether it was only me or
Yes,
others.
because
were
at the
taken.
time, according to the report, you were the only one taken to police.
It could be.
Because, yes, Because at the time, this wasn't the first time you having shortages. Or are there other reasons why they will just get up and grab you and take you to police for these particular shortages for 35,000? For this particular one, 35,700. If it's just the only time, why would they take you to the police?
It was
Because
after.
you're used to taking the funds.
No,
Yes.
this incident came after this report, not the
And before this
35,000.
report, there were shortages at your ward as well.
Yeah, there were shortages. As I told you, where my office was allocated is within the garage and is isolated. So I normally keep the money in my locker. So when I have convenient time to go to the bank and deposit, this is the time I do.
Now,
Let me just, Ms. Sandao, you want us to believe your evidence that because your office was located at a garage, why would you collect the money when you know that you do not have security? When you collect the money, you will not go and pay it into the bank or pay it to the officer that you are supposed to pay the money to. Why would you not do that?
Yeah, when I
And there
was,
is already an incident and you already have a track record of using council's funds. Why do you still continue to leave council's money in your office?
no, when I was depositing at council's account, I never have issues. It was when we were told to go to the bank. So it happens that when I get to the bank, I found out that there is a big queue. And I have a lot of engagements. I will decide to come in
So
another.
your engagements is better than you making sure that you deposit council's money and you take back the money for that money only that money to be stolen from your office? Is that what we are telling
No,
the commission?
No, that's not what I'm telling the commission.
Yes, because you said you go to the bank and you find a lot of queue, and because you have a lot of other engagements, so you'll have to go back with the money. Is that not what you said? Council, you may proceed.
just to add on to what Madam Chair stated, let me tell you how these funds are supposed to be deposited. As per accounting and financial manual, are you aware of this? Or do you have any idea of this financial accounting manual?
I have no idea about
Okay,
this.
let me read it out to you. So section 406, control of revenue. All collections made by accounting staff should be immediately deposited into the council's bank accounts using pre-numbered paying-in slip. No checks or cash submission shall be made from revenue collected. Between the time of receipt of the time of payment into council's bank accounts, no money received shall be made use of in any private way whatsoever. So your acts were in contravention of this section.
Yeah, you ask whether I am aware of this. I am never aware of
No,
this.
but it's common sense that when you receive these monies, they are not yours. You're supposed to deposit them into council's account.
Yeah, what the management told us was we must make sure by the first of every month, all the collections we make are deposited to the bank, so that we can, that is the instruction we have from the management.
But that is
So-
different from the instruction you have from the management, because the instruction is never saying you should not deposit every day. You should endeavor to deposit all collections at the end of every month, as in no shortages. Do you understand?
Yeah, I
As in,
understand.
if you're supposed to deposit 100,000, by end of month, 100,000 should reflect in the account. They're not saying every day you should not deposit, and you're supposed to deposit these monies immediately as per this section. But instead, you use it for your own private issues. Why would you do that?
No, I only did this once when I had disaster.
So the rest of the shortages?
Yeah, the rest of the strategies, as I told you, I think somebody was coming behind me and then collecting this from my storage.
Okay, if you're not capable of handling cash, how about you should have relayed that to council? Or if you cannot execute your responsibilities as a ward secretary, you should have resigned. But for Abuko Ward, there were a series of shortages. And yet, when were you appointed as your ward councillor for this same Abuko?
This was 2023.
2023.
Yeah.
Which month?
April 2023.
Out of a mandate. That's fine. But so you having all of these issues at your ward at the time, yet you are the elected councillor for your ward.
Yeah, you asked whether I was properly managing this team. Yes, I was properly managing them.
Where is the evidence?
Because I always make sure that every money collected.
Mr. Ndao,
Yes.
Do you have reports?
did you pay, sorry, let me just ask. You have outstanding balance that you have not paid. Have you paid it?
There was no outstanding balance. It was all
You have
paid.
said in your statement that you had a balance of 20,000. Did you pay the 20,000?
It was paid, yeah.
Now, we want you to give us records of all the payments you have made as per the national audit and the internal audit of all the shortages that have been mentioned in these documents. And we want confirmation from the project unit.
Yeah, that confirmation has been done because when the investigators were questioning me, I told them these payments has been done. They told me to go and find evidence. This was the time I brought this document to them.
Please forward to the council for her to see what evidence you have.
Yeah. This is my own shortage, and this is the shortage including the ticket sellers shortages.
Okay, Madam Chair, we apply to tender the payment by Abuko Ward from October 2021, dated 23rd of August 2024, signed by Jaraminte, project accountant. This one specifically is for the ticket sellers. This one is payment by Mr. Lamendau, the witness, from October 2021, signed by Jaraminte, project accountant. Both documents all into evidence as an exhibit. Yeah.
The repayment by Abuko Ward from October 2021, totaling 95,490. It is dated 23rd of August 2024. It is signed by Jara Minte, project accountant. The repayment by Lamin Dow from October 2021. It has a sum total of 90,520. It is signed by Jara Minte, project accountant. It is dated 23rd of August 2024. These two documents are admitted in evidence as exhibit, and they are marked as LGC/LN in brackets /KMC/002.
Ask the commission, please. Now, Ms. Handau, you said you lost the receipts given to you, issued to you upon payment of these amounts.
No, I don't say I lost the receipts.
Okay, where are the receipts?
What they normally do, when payment of salaries are done, they directly deduct it from my salary. But the other payments that I do at the police station, these receipts were tendered to the police.
Okay, which police station?
Abuko police station.
You can go back to the police station and get, because this is only showing payment amounts. And if you make payments, you should be receipted.
That's true.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, you can get those receipts
Okay.
and then provide it to the registrar.
Okay.
And for your the deductions made on your salaries, you can provide us with the the pay slips that reflects these deductions to be able to ascertain that you've made payments of the said amounts.
Okay. All right.
So, do you have any form of support from council?
Support like what?
Maybe medical support, any fund support?
No, no.
Are you okay? Are you servicing any loan?
No.
Loan. Okay. That will be all for this witness, Madam Chair, in the absence of any question from any of the commissioners.
Now, Mr. Dow, when were you elected as councillor?
April 2023.
April 2010,
Yeah.
for Abuko Ward.
For Abuko Ward, yeah.
Mr. Dow, you have been requested to bring the cash books and your receipt books, right?
Yes.
Yes, please, we expect to see these documents that we have asked you to bring
Okay.
by Wednesday next week. Thank you. We may call you back if we need you to clarify any issues.
All right. Thank you.
After checking both the internal auditors' reports and the external auditors' report with your cash books.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Is that all for this day?
That will be all.
Thank you. We may rise.